Cleo, you alright? You passed out? You good? You want to eat dinner? Mom? Or you want a snack? Snack? Oh, you get up for that, huh? You want a snack, huh? I'm George. Welcome back to the channel. This is Malaka MotorSports. For those of you guys that are just arriving to this channel and seeing it for the first time, we do... I know, I said snack. I'm gonna have to get you a snack. We do crazy, stupid Audi stuff with the older Audis, and now we've gotten involved with the newer stuff recently in terms of the RS3. I've been involved with the B8, S4, Stage 2 stuff for quite some time, and then moved up to the RS3 to have some fun, and then got suckered into going drag racing and modifying and big turbos, and fast forward, here we are. So again, welcome to the channel. And if you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe. It does help. It does help the channel grow, and it does help us. Let us know what you like. Put your comments in the comment section below. Let us know what's on your mind. Love to read it. Love to respond to it. Anyway, that out of the way, we're doing part 2 of the fueling lines here today. I already got the front end already hooked up in terms of the high pressure pump. The new clamps came in. Excuse the mess, by the way. My stuff's all over the place. We ended up ordering this kit that ended up coming with a bunch of these crimp clamps. So the same ones that are on the fueling kit for my rods were the 15.7s. We ended up finding in the kit, and I don't know if this is the in-between size, but this is what was included in the kit, the 14.5s. Those ended up working really well. I ended up throwing it on the line going to the high pressure pump. I ended up contacting Josh over at Audi Rs3, let him know what had worked for me. And it seems they're figuring out a solution too before they release this kit publicly. So again, this kit hasn't been released publicly. It's still an in-development kit that I was able to purchase. But again, you know, what we find will help you guys as you guys progress and buy these kits, and we'll help Audi Rs provide a higher quality product. So if I could help in that aspect in terms of, you know, breaking stuff and finding out what needs to be fixed or what could be better, if I could offer that little tidbit, then I've done my job in terms of trying to help out and make it easier for the next person. So I'm going to get the rest of this car together. I'm going to get it fired up. We're going to get the radiator system burped, get it out there logged, and then we'll get it up to 46, 47, 48 PSI, as high as we can go in terms of the current fueling setup that we're at. And then showcase that, and I'll let you guys know how the car feels. I haven't had the car higher than 44 pounds of boost because it was originally limited on fueling since I didn't do the fuel lines. So I'm kind of curious to see how much further we could go with the fuel lines with this drop-in aftermarket pump setup that Ira set up in the tank. And then once the surge tank's in, I'm kind of curious how much further we can push, whether we have to upgrade injectors again and so on and so forth. Again, the same song and dance we did with the B5s that we're doing with the B5s. As you know, in my wide body motor, I ended up going from 1400 cc's to 2400 cc's. So maybe I'll have to do something similar in the RS3. Anyway, enough talking. I'm going to put this car together, finish up part 2, and let's get her on the road logging, and then we'll go make some boost and try to break shit. Fair enough? All right, guys, let's go. All right, no leaks. Everything looks good, at least to my eyes. Coolant's pretty much burped, I think. I'll take some coolant with me in case you trip the load. But let's go for a drive, and let's take a log, send it over to Nick, and then this video will probably continue the following morning in the same video. So this way we can get her logged, done, and then making some boost. I really want to showcase this in this video since it's such a short video. Yeah, let's go on and go take a log, and then we'll shoot it off to Nick. So if you guys see, I haven't really built myself a custom computer stand. So I have it pretty much just sitting on the floor so I can see it. And I don't know what's gonna pop up. I don't know if we're gonna have any errors. If, you know, hopefully I put the car back together in one piece correctly. So we're gonna use that to monitor, and then I'll show you guys once we hit logging, and you'll see that little green or that little gray button turn red. We'll log the run, then move out of the logging, and I'll show you how easy it is for me to just pull those logs out of the base folder that I have. That again, Sean helped me set up, and I can shoot those over to Nick via Facebook or via email. So let's get out on the Mexican freeway. In fact, we can go fill up real quick too to make sure we have enough fuel, and then we'll get to the out of the country freeway for some fun. and we're gonna do a log. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do it, especially with Cyvex, which is kind of cool. Again, laptop's all the way there on the floor, I don't touch it, but I can switch pretty much maps on the fly with the cruise control stock. So if you guys want to see, I basically just hit the cruise control, go with map 2, 3, 4, whatever, all these different maps that have different files and different settings. Now, if I want to log at the highest power that I'm currently set at, then I got to go all the way to map 8, which is going to be the marker 8 on the cluster. And then once that's done, it resets, and then that's going to have that little red button, that gray button turn red. It's going to let me know it's actively logging. Now, again, I'm going to take 1 to 2 logs, and then what we're going to do is go launch the car, see how the car feels launching, and then we're going to send the logs over to Nick, which, since it's nighttime, tomorrow he'll take a look at them in the morning, and then we're going to move forward in terms of waiting for him to kind of review them and then make sure everything looks good, and then we'll kind of jack things up and start turning up the boost a little bit more and getting her back to where she needs to be. It's an IMS 1000 car, but she's lowered now due to fueling. So now that we got that kind of sorted, I want to start bringing her back up so she can run at her true potential. So here we go. Open Mexican freeway. I'm gonna go over to map 8, and map 8's gonna reset. That's done. That button, that gray button, just turned gray. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get past over here for a second again. Little Mexico run to see how the car's doing. 4th gear. Let's see. Let's move up ahead, make sure there's enough room. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna get it to about 5 grand, maybe about 5. And I'm gonna hold the shifter stock, and that's gonna let me engage rolling anti-lag. And then I'm gonna jam it, build about 15-20 pounds of boost, and just let it go. Ready? And that's all for me. I'm gonna come out of logging. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Logging is off, and that's basically the log. That's how you log with Cyvex on the fly without having to touch the laptop. Again, the laptop is just for monitoring stuff in case anything comes up. I should make myself a stand here, something a little bit more robust, that I can have the laptop here at arm's reach, but down on the floor is going to work for now, pretty much. So let's go get the car launching. Let's see how she feels launching. And before I do that, so we're at 38.9, which again, a lot of the IMS built 850 cars are hitting about 38, 39 pounds of boost. So again, the lower spectrum of boost because of the changes we've done to the car, and we're going to slowly increment, bring it back up to about 45, 46, 47, maybe even 48 pounds of boost on the IMS 1000. So let's get the launching, and so you guys can see and hear how she feels from the outside, and then we'll wrap up this video. Alright, so we're back from El Mexico, and we did a couple logs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the monitor little program, and I'm going to go to data. I'll show you guys how I do it. So go here, go to read, and again I'm gonna cover this more in depth as I learn and become more familiar with this stuff in a full video for Cyvex. Okay, we're going to automatically read the logs that are on top of the, that are stored inside the ECU. And for the files, we'll do Mexico, damn it, Mexico, new fueling. Okay, so it's going to pull everything. Let's see, it's going to pull. So here are all the logs that it pulled. So do you wish to delete all sessions on this device? I'm going to go yes. Do you wish to clear the logbook? I'm going to go yes. Clear. So logbook cleared. So now I've pulled the data and I cleared the ECU so it's not stored on the standalone's memory. And then everything's pretty much right here. So these are all the runs from today, and it looks like I had some kind of leftovers from yesterday. So everything's preloaded here. So then I'm going to take these, email them over to Nick. So that's it, guys. That's the end of the fuel line install videos. You saw we logged, we did some rolling anti-lag, we did some launching. Again, limited on power due to the stock flywheel. I hate to say that it's a limitation. We're making 800-900 wheel already. But we're going to be throwing an aftermarket flywheel at the car in the next few weeks so we could turn up the power even more, maybe even crack 1,000 horsepower. And to help that happen, we'll need to upgrade fueling again. Now that we have the upgraded fuel lines, I think I want to do a surge tank, maybe a twin pump, single pump setup. I'm not sure. I have a twin surge tank setup on the S4, and we had plenty of fuel with 2,400 cc's. So I'm going to see how far I can take the Rs Motorsport pump setup that's currently in the car. It's a single brushless along with the stock pump inside the basket. And so far so good with the upgraded lines. I sent the logs over to Nick. He says there's plenty of fueling in the car now, so it looks great. So tomorrow morning we're going to be logging again, tweaking, and I want to get the car back up to 46, 47 PSI. And I think I'll be happy with that for now till we upgrade the flywheel so nothing kind of comes apart as we go racing, launching, doing whatever. A little heads up on the next video. We are going to be working on Stav's B5 VRT 12 valve big turbo built car. Nitrous install, some other goodies that we're going to be doing, and he's going to go into detail on that, on what his plans are. But this is going to be the next drag racing car for this channel in terms of the older Audi stuff that we do. We're working on the rear diff B6 upgrade for his car. Right now it's just a stock S4 setup with stock S4 axles. They don't really hold up to anything past 800 wheel. And he's at 46, 47 PSI already with this car. So I think he's there and then some in terms of power. We haven't dynoed the car, but that's going to happen soon too. Rs Motorsports getting a brand new dyno in. They've invited Stav to go down there and have some fun. And it's one of the coolest things ever because Nick at Rs Motorsport is also Stav's tuner. So we're going to take advantage of that, go down, say what's up to the guys over there, the team at Rs Motorsport, bring our B5, our VR6 that Hank doesn't really like. He always kind of makes fun of these cars. It's a cast iron boat motor, blah, blah, blah. But really excited to kind of go down there and link up with those guys and have some fun and get Stav making the power that he should. But we need to build up the drivetrain so he can go drag racing. Stav wants to go 9s. I want him to go 9s. There's only one other B5 owner in the United States that's gone 9 seconds, and that is Chris Green over at USP Motorsports. So Stav being the second B5 owner to hit 9s and then go deep 9s, I mean, I don't know where he's going to want to take this setup or how far he's wanting to go, but I think we're making the power in order to go mid 9s, maybe even low 9s. We just need to get the drivetrain set up, get a good tire and wheel set up, maybe take some weight out of the car, and then put in some safety stuff in there too, so this is where we're good to go at the track. So there's a lot of prep work we're going to do to this car to go drag racing, but yeah, 2020, aside from all the crazy shit that's going on, should look really good for us car-wise. I have a new project coming up. I don't want to talk too much about it, but in the next 30, 60 days, we have a new acquisition that's going to be coming to the channel. Really hands-on stuff we're going to be doing here. It's a newer Audi, not too new. And it's going to be cool. We're going to tear this thing apart, do a restoration. It's a little bit in rough shape. Full restoration as best as we can. And then mods. Built motor, some trans stuff if we can. Maybe even max out the stock motor. I don't know. Again, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I'm really excited to kind of dive into that and really do a lot more newer Audi hands-on stuff here on the channel versus just the older stuff. Rs3. As I mentioned before, we got some upgrades coming for that. So we have a race event coming up next week. We're going to be collaborating with a really cool channel / conglomerate, people that we've been following for quite some time. I don't want to say anything just yet, but absolutely humble to have this kind of opportunity. Me and Stav are absolutely ecstatic. And it's just crazy how far this channel has come in just about 2.5 years. And that's all thanks to your support. So I also want to say that a lot of our views are people that are not subscribed. So if you are watching now and you're not subscribed to this channel, consider subscribing. Consider hitting that like button. It does really help the channel. It helps us grow. Helps that YouTube algorithm kind of do its thing and let YouTube know, hey, people want to see these idiots in this home garage do stupid stuff. So consider it if you like it. And for those of you guys that may see something that we don't do right, put in the comments below. Engage with us. DM, email. If you have any tips and tricks, we're always willing to learn and listen. So let us know what you guys see. There's a lot of professionals, a lot of really, let's say a lot of people with a lot of experience watching this stuff. And we'd love to take a bite out of it, to learn, to develop, to be better. So if you see something that looks funky, say something. And we'll try to fix it or try to do better. And that's it. That's the end of this fueling line video and some updates on Stav's car and what's coming next. We got a lot of stuff coming for this, and we're trying to get as many videos as we can going out. So bear with us. A lot more content is coming, and it's all for you guys. As always, guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the support. I'm George. This is Malaka Motorsports, and we'll see you on the next video.